Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lauren Reeves. I'm with the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, Georgia, and I will be giving the weekly weather briefing for this week, Thursday, September 25th, 2019. So highlights for what we're going to talk about today, pretty much going to continue the hot and mostly dry conditions that we have been seeing, and that'll continue into next week, although we'll get into our chances for showers and thunderstorms potentially today through Saturday. Overall, our potential for severe weather is low and we have no tropical concerns, but we will keep those above average temps and precip as we look at a few climate stats, and then we'll get into the drought conditions. So taking a look at current conditions, the left-hand side here is a map showing our area. As you can see, that cold front that's analyzed just north of the area will continue to sink into Georgia today, and that'll bring us some chances for showers and thunderstorms to North Georgia mainly today, and then getting into tomorrow. On the right-hand side, we have the radar loop here. As you can see, there's nothing across the area now, but we do have that slight chance for some showers and thunderstorms in northern Georgia. Taking a better look at today, the left-hand side here shows the satellite loop from earlier this morning and into this afternoon. As you can see, some clouds are starting to pop up, and then with that, I mentioned the chances we'll have for showers and thunderstorms. That's shown on the right-hand side. We're looking at about a 15 to 20% chance, mainly across most of North Georgia, and that'll be through this afternoon and this evening. As far as any fire weather concerns go, through the next 3 days, we don't really have any fire weather concerns, but just wanted to point out today that our minimum relative humidity values this afternoon and evening look to drop around the 25 to 30% range, mainly in east central Georgia. And we do also have some wind gusts today, looking at around 10 to 15 to 20 miles per hour or so around the area. Now getting into Friday and Saturday, the left-hand side here, we have our chances for precipitation on Friday. Much of the area is looking at about 15 to 20%, but portions of east central Georgia are a little bit higher in that 30% range. So we will have those chances for Friday. And then taking a look at Saturday, we will have some chances mainly across far northern Georgia. Overall, we will have these warm temperatures continue, so we'll take a look at that now. Taking a look at Gainesville, and then we'll look at Atlanta and then Macon. Across Gainesville, still looking at very warm temperatures through the week. If you look at the dotted line on the top part of the graphic, that's going to show our record highs for Gainesville, and then the bars are going to show the forecast high, and then the low temperature, and the dotted line at the bottom is going to show our record lows. So as you can see, we will be pretty much hovering around at or above our record highs, especially for Gainesville, as we go through the next 7 days. Now, looking at Atlanta, pretty much going to see the same thing here. We have our record highs across the top of the dotted line, but as you can see, our high temperatures that we're forecasting are touching at and just near those record highs. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as we keep these warm temperatures across the area. Now taking a look a little bit further south at Macon, temperatures just a few degrees warmer than Atlanta, but overall still on the warmer side through the next 7 days. Now we'll take a look at our severe weather outlook. Overall, we're not really anticipating much in the way of severe weather, but today we are outlooked for general thunder across mainly northern Georgia. As we get into Friday, the entire area is outlooked with general thunder. And then as we get into Saturday, mainly just confined to northern portions of the area. So overall, not expecting any severe weather through the next 3 days. Now, as far as rainfall over the next 7 days goes, we're still not expecting too much as far as precip over the next 7 days. As you can see on the chart here on the left, there are some areas that could see some smaller amounts of rain, but overall we're not expecting much over the next 7 days. Now, taking a quick look at the tropics, we have Tropical Storm Karen out there and Hurricane Lorenzo out there. Overall, Tropical Storm Karen is expected to eventually diminish, supposed to make a little jog to the right and then back to the left, but overall not expecting any impacts here. As far as Hurricane Lorenzo, that hurricane is expected to remain out to sea and should again have no impacts to our area. Now we'll take a look at some climate statistics that are be for the month of September. So this data is through yesterday with only 5 days left for the rest of the month. Overall, we showed some climate stats last week, but overall we're still about 5 to 9 degrees above average for the month of September at all 4 of our major climate sites. Now, if we take a look at overall the rankings and where they fall, Atlanta's up there with the second warmest September on record, Columbus at third, Macon at fourth, and Athens at sixth warmest on record. So overall, this is definitely a record-breaking September, top 10 over the period of record for all of the sites. And as far as lack of precipitation, currently Macon is tied for the driest on record, and Atlanta's looking at fifth driest for all Septembers. As I just mentioned precip before, these stats here for our total precipitation for the month of September so far, nothing has changed from last week for any of these 4 climate sites. So we're still looking at about 3 to 4.5 inches below normal for the month of September. Alright, so speaking of drier conditions, that'll take us right into our drought summary. On the left-hand side here, we've got the drought summary from September 24th, 2019. Now, as you can see, we've got drought conditions across the entire area. Looking at D1 drought, 2 weeks ago we were at about 13% coverage for our local forecast area, and as of this week, that's expanded to about 57%. As far as the D2 drought or the severe drought area goes, 2 weeks ago we were looking at about 2% of the area just south of the metro, and now we've expanded to about 23% of the area into northeastern Georgia and across portions of the northern metro as well. So with that, little to no precip expected over the next 7 days, plus the warmer temperatures that we've already been seeing, we do expect that drought areas, especially D1 and D2 drought, are likely to expand in the coming weeks. But if you have any questions on the latest drought information, we have released our drought information statement late this morning, and you can check that out on our website. Now, unfortunately, to be the bearer of bad news, just showing the 6 to 10 day outlook for temperatures, we are expected to have above normal temperatures continue in our 6 to 10 day outlook, coupled with more dry weather. So with that, we'll head into our summary. So overall, hot and mostly dry conditions will continue into next week and potentially even further from what we just saw. But we do have chances for showers and thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and Saturday across far north Georgia, with very low potential for severe weather and no tropical concerns through early next week. As I mentioned with the temperatures, we will continue those trends, and it does look like drought conditions are likely to expand across the outlook area, so we'll be looking at that for next week. So that's all that I have for you today. Thank you for joining us, and have a good day.